Morning everyone, it's Beck here from Hello, my name is Beck, popping in today to show you a flipbook that I made for our mid-month challenge for April. And when I say our mid-month challenge for April, it's for happy mailers, which is what I'm just showing you here. The mid-month challenge was this tic-tac-toe that I'm showing, and you could choose any line of prompts that you wanted. So I chose botanical, lace and flipbook. So those are my prompts for this mid-month challenge. It's a challenge that is set every month in the mid of the month. And so it's just something you can actually choose to do if you want to, and you don't have to if you don't want to, as part of the Happy Mailers group, and you can send it to whoever you want to in the group. You can't send it to somebody else, like a pen pal that's not in the group, but you have to send it to someone in the group as a surprise. So the flipbook that I chose to make was actually something I watched Emma Lou Loves make in the morning of this video. She was actually live and she made this, I don't know whether it was the morning or maybe the evening before, but she made this following, I think it was a pink strawberries tutorial. So she made it with 6x6 paper, and I decided I'd try and attempt it as a 12x12 and see whether it worked. You'll see later in the video that it doesn't quite work because of the size of the goodies that I was including, but I think if you were to actually use sort of flat mail goodies, it would definitely work. So this is the botanical that I was actually using was actually sort of like this floral paper, and I'm just gonna chop off a bit there because my measurements weren't exact. I was basically following along. Yes, I must have watched it the night before because during the day I then rewatched her live, so I was actually following along with Em in front of me on my tablet. So I was watching her there. So I was just making up my own measurements going along. So if you do need to follow a tutorial for this one, you would follow pink strawberries and just double all the measurements for a 12x12 paper. So this part comes up as a flap and makes a pocket, and like I said, it would work really well if you were using like flat mail goodies, but my goodies did seem to be a bit bulky at the end. So this flipbook actually went to a lady called Raylene. She's Raylene and she is in the Northern Territories here in Australia. I chose to send it to her because of the bulky goodies. So I mean that's something that you have to consider when you're doing Happy Mail, is if you are sending overseas, that trying to make your goodies a lot flatter so that it fits into a large letter rather than becoming a parcel is definitely the way to go. So it's all about the planning and making sure that you're sending to the right people. If you're just making it for the sake of making it, which I was in this example, and then you then have to look at it at the end and go, well, who am I sending this to? So I hope that makes sense to everyone. So I'm just using some Velcro dots here, and I've used Emma's technique of curling the strap. I'm lining it up on my mat here so that I can line up the strap straight. So I think I end up moving it anyway. I probably move it a few times because when the goodies go in, it's not in the right place, because the front of the actual flipbook, it sort of gets wider obviously when the goodies go in. So yeah, you probably could actually leave the strap till last after you've actually put your goodies in the actual flipbook. but you also might want the strap on there to be able to decorate the front. Anyway, you'll see. I keep talking and you're actually watching along to actually see what's happening. So once again, I lined it up on my mat there to make sure that the double-sided tape was stuck down straight with the mat, the strap. So here you go. I've moved it once and I move it again later when the goodies go in. So now it's time to decorate. So the papers that I'm using are from Die Cuts with a View, and I'm just looking through the same paper pad that I've taken the paper from to work out what to use on the front of my flipbook. I think I end up, with that pink Love Grows Here, because I really like the pink on the actual paper behind. The blue does look good. It's a good day for a good day, but that just didn't make sense to me. Very random sentiment. It's a good day for a good day. Yep. How do you know that? So I want to make sure that the pink stands out from the flipbook, so I take this pink leftover from that piece of paper that you take out, or it was like the quarter of the page that you take out on the base. So I take that because there's leftover from the strap, and then I put my pink sentiment on top. I was just turning it there because I do want it to be at an angle on the actual pink background paper. And I don't know whether to go up the top or in the middle. I really kind of liked it up the top, and I should have done that, but watching this video back earlier to do the editing, I do end up placing it more central, which I should have just left it up the top. But yeah, I end up bringing it down and putting it more central. What would you have done? Would you have left it up the top or put it more central? Either way doesn't matter. Either way was quite cool. Now I have these little tiny flowers, and I moved them around and auditioned them in all sorts of different places, but I don't like them. I really I like the actual flowers, don't get me wrong, but on this actual flipbook they were just making it too dull. They weren't actually standing out. They were obviously, they're too pale for the actual paper. Here you go, I'm moving it again. Moving the Velcro dot again, which is kind of handy because it wasn't sticking to the paper enough to rip the paper when you actually want to move it, which is good. Hopefully it actually stayed in place for when the actual recipient got this. So yeah, once again looking at that flower, and it just takes away from the actual the more sky blue that it had there. It was too pale, so chose not to use the flowers. So I'm just looking here to put something on the pocket, and I had that week delivered from Vivian at the Paper Letter blog. She sent some stickers from Arumi Pick Your Mix as part of the VIP Patreon. So I've got the pink and the blue, and I just didn't know which one to go with, so I think I'd choose the pink. And then I'm just doing Enjoy the Little Things and making sure to place that down at the same time that the sticker was there, so that it balanced out. And I really love that sticker, so I don't know, I definitely used it, and I didn't hoard. You'll be proud of me, everyone. I didn't hoard. I wonder whether Arumi can make me some more. Please. I wonder whether they're in her shop actually. So I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh yes, I do know what I'm doing now. I am looking for a piece of paper to be able to make an envelope for the other side of the page there. So obviously we've got that pocket, and I wanted to make an envelope that would fit on the other page. So I'm just measuring the actual flipbook to know how big my envelope can be. Now I didn't mind whether the envelope was hidden behind the flap or whether it was poking just out, because the paper matched so well. It could have done either. So the envelope I choose to make is not your traditional envelope. So your traditional envelope is the 4 flaps coming in, but I actually chose to make one of the sort of longer envelopes with tiny sides to it. My goodness, I don't know how on earth I'm describing this, but it's absolutely terrible. So the envelope I'm making is purely by eye, purely by eye. So there's no tutorial to it. There's no so yeah, I'm just, you could see there I was like marking where I think I should probably do the next flap. And so I then even chop off some of the top that I don't need with the guillotine. So yes, this envelope is literally, what would you say? It's not necessarily by eye, it's literally just I'm fluking it. I am making what I think it should look like. It doesn't turn out too bad. It does feel a bit wonky though when I glue it down. Like it feels like it's a bit, not wonky, it's like extra padded for some reason, like it's got extra air in there. I don't think when I glued down the sides that it was flat enough for me, but it worked, because then when I went to put in the bulky goodies that I've been talking about all the way along, it really did work. So you'll see. So I'm just rounding off the corners of the top of the envelope, and I'm also rounding off the flap sides, so that it looks like it's a envelope that was pre-made maybe. And then I'm just using my double-sided tape to stick the main flap down. Now, so you'll see this is where it looks bubbly to me, or feels bubbly to me, because I don't think I stick it down well enough. So you see there on that right hand side, it didn't stick down to the flat enough, but I didn't want to rip it up and start again. So you can see here, I'm like, why is that not flat? It's got a bubble of air in there. But I really like how it turned out at the end, because yeah, the goodies went in and it had that space enough for them to fit. So I just used some glue dots there to stick this down. The glue dots were so that Raylene could actually take this off without any problems if she wanted to actually take it off for herself. And so once again, I've put it at an angle so that it's not straight, just because, I don't know, straight things don't please my eye. So I'm bringing in all the goodies here now. So one of the mid-month challenge prompts I chose was lace. Now I didn't use lace in the actual making of the flipbook, which I didn't have to. I actually used lace as a goodie. So that was one of the things about the mid-month challenge, is you could use the prompts in any way you wanted. You could either send them as goodies, or if you wanted to, you could use it in your actual own flipbook or whatever creation you chose. Some of the prompts had, like, it was a pocket letter, another one was like a tag flip. So yeah. Now this is where I'm debating, because the pocket, the M does and Pink Strawberry does, gets left open on the side here, but my goodies were just a bit chunky and they were just going to slide straight out. So And I know that I've got the strap that goes around the actual Flipbook, but I decided in the end I needed it to be stuck down as a full pocket, just in cases, because as well they would just slide out the top as well, because there was no edge to it, and it would just, the actual pocket was just a bit too wide. So that's a washi tape sample and then the lace, and I'm just making sure to line that up and stick it down. And so now the pocket was holding the actual goodies in, it meant that they weren't going to slip out the top or out the side. And so then I have that rickrack there. Now this is one of the things that I do when I'm planning, is I actually decided sort of halfway through this mail who it was going to, and when I looked at Raylene's photo on the Happy Mailers group, it said that she liked rickrack, so I decided to send her some rickrack as well. So yeah, there are definitely things that you can do when you're actually making a mail for the sake of making a mail, but then you can actually top up the goodies with something that the person really likes. So I have this wax seal that I had pre-made. It's I think it says made with love, and so I'm just going to use some sticky glue dots to stick down. Well, you see me struggling here to get that to actually stick to the wax seal, but I've done one on either side of the wax seal so that when I put the envelope down, it does the top of the envelope and the actual envelope base. So this is my happy mail. I hope you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up if you do, and leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to join the Happy Mailers group, you are more than welcome. Just come over to Facebook and look up Happy Mailers and join the group. And let me know that you've come over from my channel so that I know to accept you straight away. So I don't know what on earth I'm doing here at the end. Oh yes, I do. Emma was doing a little heart on the flap, so that's what I was doing, is looking for a piece of card that I could cut out a little heart. If you can't find Happy Mailers on Facebook, let me know and I'll send you a link. Alright everyone, take care, lots of crafty love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. See you guys.